Hello. Today we'll be playing a new game called Unveiling. This first came out late last year, late 2022. And it takes place in a medieval setting. I've seen this game before, and I don't know much about it, but I've seen some characters, and I like the sprites in this game, so I don't know what much about it, so I'm going to start and see what happens. No. You can't just really do that. Yes, we'll fix this mistake. We have to. There'll be nothing left. But not in that way. Just give me some time. It's been enough time since it all begun. Their insolence. They don't know that. I can fix this. I just have to go in. Do you know what would happen if you go there? That's right. We don't know what could. We won't help you. You can't just. We promise not to do that. It is us or them. In any case, there'll be. And you think that might help you? Don't be on. Silence! You have to fix all this. You have to fix all this mess. Or else. Will he be alone? That's not my. Fine, I'll do it. I woke up breathing heavily. A nightmare. At least it wasn't the same as usual. I sighed relieved that those weird dreams were over. A ray of sunshine from the window suddenly hits my eyes. Instinctively, I cover my face with my paw. I notice how the light still passes through my fingers, making my first sign of sunlight. Well, here we go. I got from the bed and started stretching my body, feeling my tail not responding to my movements. A cramp. I slept on it, probably. I laughed when I felt how the blood returned to my tail, giving me those strange tingles. With my tail now working, I turned my head to a small closet next to my bed. I opened a drawer and took out my clothes, the usual, my scarf and a tunic to cover my chest and some shorts. This is enough to cover most of my body and to feel comfortable. I put on my clothes and stand in front of the mirror. Good morning, Arthur. I smiled at my reflection, feeling totally ready to start a new day and work it as always. I grunt when I feel that my stomach is empty, so I head towards the kitchen. First, let's get something to eat. I say while rubbing my tummy, further emphasizing how hungry I feel. Where is she? Normally she comes right before I put some clothes. Right after saying that, a familiar smell reaches my nose. I hear a knock on the door. I saw myself, know who might be. Coming. I took a detour from the kitchen, heading now to the front door, feeling quite happy. When I grabbed the knob and opened the door. With a smile on her face, she raises her hand to greet me. Good morning, Elfie. Waking up late as usual? I go on because of the stupid nickname that she always uses on me because of my short stature. She's using that nickname. I'm literally just a few inches lower than you. I crossed my arms and showed my tongue to her in the most childish manner. Speak a little bit louder. I can't hear you down there. She gives me a little pats on my head with a grin on her face. So funny, Aldora. I kept making faces to make the moment even dumber than it already was. We both simply laughed. How old are we again? We're 20, I guess. Although I was trying not to laugh. Being adults doesn't mean we can't do stupid stuff as when we were cubs. Anyway, training. Yeah, I can smell the sweat, grass, dirt, and it's just outdoor once more. What's coming from your sword? You should change it and use a new one. I smiled and headed towards the kitchen to start making the breakfast. Geez, I also forgot about your real ability to identify scents very precisely. It's a little bit scary how good your nose is. My daughter shivers as she takes a seat near my table. It's not like I could smell your soul or anything. She looked at me with a raised eyebrow and crossed arms, as if she was still waiting for the joke. Why are you looking at me like? Oh, they're already here. At least the air's boiling while I make my way to the door for a second time. How do you know? Well, before she could finish the sentence, I playfully pointed to my nose. Keep forgetting about it. She scratched her cheek a bit. A little bit embarrassed. I was over when I heard the door being desperately knocked on. That little pup. I opened the door and suddenly a pair of little paws grabbed me by the neck.
Aha!
Surprise attack! Whoa. The little creature seems to be having fun hanging from my neck, laughing playfully. If I was an assassin, you'd be so dead right now. I saw a little fox in front of me. It's not nice killing other animals, Matthew. I said sarcastically. Are you sure I'm Matthew? He gave me a defiant gaze. Meanwhile, his twin brother, Jaden, stood silently behind him. I noticed I was looking at him, and so he gives me a warm smile and a gleam with his paw. The two foxes were waiting to me to do some kind of magic trick. You really want me to do it? Jaden and Matthew nodded at the same time, one so gentle and sweet, and the other one always full of energy. Use your weird dog powers. Matthew was excited to see some magic. Can't avoid to laugh at his silly phrases that he usually says. You're the only one besides, Mom, that can distinguish between us. Jaden was trying to convince me. Fine, I can't say no to you two. I separate the twins so I can fully see them both. It's really easy to know who is who just by their personalities alone, but I know it may be difficult to differentiate them at first glance. I began to sniff around them in a somewhat exaggerated way so Matthew could really feel the magic. It tickles. After I finished smelling them, I noticed the shampoo, soap, and flower essence from Jaden's body. On the other hand, Matthew smelled almost like his brother, but with a touch of candy and sugar scent instead. You're Jaden, you're Matthew. I pointed them respectively. Whoa, you're right.
Whoa.
Hey, both seem to be pleased with my magic trick. So, are my pair of cute little foxes already here? Adara appeared behind me.
Aww.
I could eat both of you entirely with kisses. She said while pulling the twins' cheeks with a motherly tone. One that I usually find kind of dumb. Matthew really likes Adara's attention, but Jana always gets embarrassed by it. The twins look so funny with their faces stretched by her. You should wait to eat me with kisses on our wedding. Matthew gave her a hopeful smile. His statement caught me off guard, but it seems that it was funny enough for Adara because he was trying not to laugh. Where do you want to marry? At the beach, or when could we even Oh, we could even ask for a great Bourgogne, to bless our wedding. Matthew asked Aldora with a determined look on his face. I give you points for your bravery and sincerity. Ladies really like that, but you're too young to even think of that. I'm 10. I'm fully grown. I'm fully grown up. Oh, of course, you are a pipsqueak. The panther ruffled his hair and took him to the kitchen. Matthew seemed disappointed, having been rejected at such a young age. Jaden and I looked at each other and simply laughed at Matthew's attempt to marry Aldora. Let's get to the kitchen table. I'm almost done with the breakfast. The little fox followed me to the kitchen, where Aldora and Matthew were already on their seats. They were talking to each other, laughing and making the table feel less lonely. Me with this three dummies almost makes me feel that I didn't lose anything. Wait. Did I lose something? I lost. We want food. Matthew's voice snaps me out of my mind. Don't be so loud, Matthew. Jaden, I know it, stretched his brother's cheek, but Matthew was too hungry to complain. I went to the kitchen to finish the food. The eggs were ready. I made some tomato sauce to put on top of them, accompanied by some beans with a little fancy bundle of rice on the side of. And voila! Breakfast for 4 months due. Breakfast for 4 mouths done. I gave each one a plate and we started with a feast. Smells amazing. Enjoy your meal, everybody. Matthew had already eaten half of the meal when Jane said that. Aldora and I grinned and started to eat. We enjoyed the food and laughed at each other, just like a family. Hey, family. Blurry. Everything's blurry. Hey, Arthur, you want me to help you with the usual? Little fox managed to get me out of my mind. Yeah, please. I almost got lost on my thoughts. Again. I can't believe you asked a 10-year-old to do the math for you. She shook her head disappointed. I covered Jaden's ears. Shh. Zealous is a mean panther. You're blame on my best employees. Jaden looked Aldora with a bashful smile. I thought I was your best employee. Matthew groaned with his mouth full of food. Mom says you mustn't talk with your mouth full. Sorry. Matthew lowered his head, still with his mouth full. Of course you are too, Matthew. No one can take orders as fast and carry heavy boxes like you. Yay! You turned back to his happy usual. You really hit rock bottom with child exploitation. Hey, I'm not spoiling them. They are very happy and well fed. Matthew not happy, yet again with his mouth full. Don't worry, Aldora. We're happy to help. Arthur gives us good company since Mom is working all day. Also, we really like spending time with Arthur. And his food is really good. Matthew finally seems to be done with his meal, no longer with his mouth full. Oh, Jaden, that's so sweet. I love you. Aldora couldn't act less motherly with these two. Again, maybe a little too much for me. Hey, can't wait for my future wife. Matthew threatened his brother with a spoon. Aldora and I laughed at the silly scene of the twins. Once we all finished the breakfast, Aldora and I started to wash the dishes, like our everyday routine. Meanwhile, Matthew was cleaning the tables and sweeping the restaurant's floor. Jade, on the other hand, was doing math on the table, writing all the earnings and expenses from this week. And talking about that, things didn't look too good this week. There are less and less customers on this restaurant. I mean, my restaurant. Everything went wild since that happened. Everyone, they fear me. Disappearances. The curse. And that was all my morning. And that was all my morning was Dad. Our daughter sighs. Honestly, I didn't listen to anything that she said. Stupid thoughts. Arthur, you dumbass. Say something to her. Well, that's crazy. You didn't listen to anything that I said, didn't you? Fuck. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. I confess with shame. Is there something wrong, Arthur? Her words took me by surprise. I was fully expecting her to be mad, but she looked worried instead. Yeah, no. This lost my thoughts as usual. I'm sorry. No, but it's okay. She smiled at me and then keep on washing the dishes. Now I feel bad. God damn it, Arthur, you're dumb. I was trying to lighten things up. What would the hero of the town be doing today? I thought snickered at the thought. I thought snickers at the really smart and sweet nickname I gave her. Hey, it's no joke. You spend all day protecting the town residents, even wishing your own life. How touching, Elfie. She threw some water on her eyes to stimulate tears. I go over a little blush on my face. Maybe it was a little bit too corny of me. Talking seriously, today I'm investigating some classified stuff. Our daughter closed the tap. As I was saying, Dad's increasing the security these days because she hesitated, leaving an awkward silence. Still happening, isn't it? She looked away, trying to leave the sunset to die. Just please be careful. Our daughter looks at me, relieved and nods. Everything's got to be fine, Arthur, I promise. She leaned on me and rubbed her face with mine to reassure me. Once everything's done, our daughter took her stuff to leave. Real time for duty. She sighed a little tired, but gave the twins a big smile anyways. Be safe, daughter. See you later, beloved future wife. Matthew sighed with the greatest smile on his face. Let me walk you out, Oldie. We walked to the main entrance. Arthur. She stopped abruptly and looked at me seriously. Could you come with me to the graveyard tonight? Her mood changed startlingly and gave me a bad feeling about it. Every night, sir, so I want to take the opportunity to visit Mom. I thought I was trying to put on a strong front, but her tail moving side by side revealed that she was serious. It must still be very difficult for her. Of course I do. I grab her shoulders and give her a reassuring smile. Thank you, Arthur. Don't miss it, being Panther. Our daughter showed me her tongue to continue the silly moment that we had this moment. Well, take care and look after those two. I nodded as she say her last goodbye, then I made my way back to the kitchen. This is for your own good. What? The door closed the door before I could say anything. Okay. That made me feel weird. Arthur. I probably took my attention off from the door. Oh, Jane, are you done with the bills? Yes, do you mind helping me check it out? Of course not. Let's go back to the table. I walked with Jaden to the wooden table where he had all the papers, bills, and things that I still have a hard time to understand. After that, I feel dumb letting a 10-year-old do the bills for me, but he also is 10 times better doing math than me. He is a really smart little fox. Jaden sat and I did the same in front of him, thinking of stealing his paw, and I held it with mine. Thanks. Little fox has this quirk of grabbing the paw of someone close to him. It makes me feel sure of himself. It makes him feel sure of himself. It's cute but sad because this thing started with when his dad was victim of that. I know this must be. I know this must still be done for you. Sorry. Are you really saying that while your brother's right there dancing with the broom, probably pretending it's a daughter? You both look at Matthew. There he was giving his all on that imaginary dance floor. We try to suppress our giggles so we don't interrupt Matthew's fantasy. Fine, I get it. But still, I promise to work on this thing I have. Hey, you don't have to promise me anything. You do you. You do you at your own pace, and of course, do it for yourself only. You're still a cub, though. I don't think you should be worrying about this kind of stuff. I wish I wasn't just a cub. Jake whispered a little crestfallen. I know exactly what did he mean by that. Jada, you know that wasn't your fault. Anyway, you're right, Arthur. Let me finish this so you can start things up today at the restaurant. Little Fox smiled at me so that we didn't bring back the subject. Sure. Foster smiled to comply. Jane proceeded to verify everything. A couple of times I hear him say things like, "This is wrong," or "This is okay," but always holding on my paw. Your paw is cold. Is everything okay? Oh, it's nothing. Trust me. Keep going, please. I nervously laughed. I still was thinking about the meeting with our daughter tonight. It's weird. I don't know why I feel uneasy. Am I exaggerating? Is this the graveyard scare me? Well, graveyards are generally scary, even more at night. However, I don't think it has something to do with that. Well, she promised me that everything will be okay. I trust her. I really trust her. The day went on as usual. Few customers orders dishes, a little bit of salt over here, a little bit of pepper over there. Taste this and smell that. And they like any other. I set some soup from a dish I was making. Tastes fine, but fragrance is important. I threw some bay leaves into the broth and let it settle for some minutes while I focused on another dish. 2 potatoes, a pinch of salt. I tried the soup again. Something's missing. Or maybe not. I don't know. Arthur, is the veggie soup ready yet? Matthew watched me from the kitchen door. Oh, yeah. I quickly poured the soup on a bowl and handed it to Matthew. It smells delicious, said Matthew quaveringly, a little bit of saliva coming out of his mouth. Hey, it's for the customer, not for you. Matthew giggled and quickly went to deliver the dish. Delicious, huh? Then why I don't feel like it? Then why I don't feel like that? If it's so delicious, why isn't this place packed like it used to be? The table's full. The crowded atmosphere, but pleasant nonetheless. Orders everywhere. He was beside of me. I knew the answer very well. I inhaled deeply, filled my lungs with as much oxygen as I could before I let it out slowly. Just think about it calmly, Arthur. None of this is your fault. Just keep working and smiling every day, everywhere. Everything will be fine soon. Everything will be fine. Everything. The sun was starting to set, and I still couldn't set enough to make up for the day. Ugh, this sucks. However, I remain positive. Despite it all, I know I can handle this. Suddenly, a bitter and familiar smell hit my nose. Oh, great, it's him again. Or maybe someone that smells just like him. Please. Arthur, the bossy bird is here. He's looking for you. He says that your presence is required immediately. Matthew whispered, giggling a little, saying that last part with a high-pitched voice, mimicking the bossy bird. My nose didn't lie then. Tell him that I'm going in a second. Also, don't call him like that. It will be bad if he hears you. I tried to hide my smirk with a half-hearted scold to the little fox. I mean, it's kind of funny, but it's wrong to make fun of others. Matthew giggled again, knowing full well that I enjoy when he makes fun of Bossy Bird. But I repeat, it's wrong. I watched the entrance of my small restaurant, currently empty, to meet the animal I at least wanted to see today. The peacock grumbled once I was in his presence. Hey, Zealous, how are you today? I put on a fake smile, hiding how low I wanted to see him. Finally, I have some many more important things to do than wasting my time with your little pigsty. He looked at my restaurant with quite a bit of distaste. Yeah. His personality is the same as always. Can you skip the insults and get straight to the point? I sat crossing my arms, leaning against the entrance door. Well, that's perfect for me. I have to get ready for the festival of Eden. I have completely forgotten that's in a few weeks. Everything has to be perfect for the arrival of the great Balagan. Of course, I'm the only one competent enough to make everything look flawless. As I listened to Zealous' endless narcissism, I heard Jaden and Matthew chuckling. They were probably making fun of Zealous like they usually do. And they wanted to come across as rude by annoying Zealous, so I decided to listen to this boring, super important to-do list for the festival. Still from time to time, I heard the twins chuckling and muttering things. This town's a pigsty, and so I need to fix every imperfection because blah 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 blah. I sighed tiredly and accepted my fate to listen to Zealous' chatter. Ugh. I wish I could load a save point and have chosen something else than this. Huh? I was startled, having disconnected from reality for a minute. Then I fell asleep, standing up or just getting distracted by something. I think my body automatically shuts down when it hears more than 10 words from Zealous. And speaking of whom, he was no longer in front of me. Has he left? Well, shortly after, my question was answered by a growl coming from where the twins were playing. It seems Zealous caught the twins making fun of him again. I want to where all the fuss is coming from. Please excuse my brother Zealous. We know that wasn't right. Surprisingly, Jaden got up from his seat and apologized to the bird. At least one of you is polite. As I expected, Matthew was copying Zealous' big movements while he continued his unending talk about how perfect everything has to be. Matthew, stop. Jaden suppressed his laughter, not wanting Zealous to notice the soul being staged on his behalf because of Matthew. I know it's very challenging me to laugh at two children doing mischief, but with how funny and accurate Matthew imitates Zealous, I can't help not to see them. Since this is what all the fuss is about, I was so glad when Zealous entered the restaurant and saw the two foxes making fun of him. I didn't realize when he walked in. I should have known these two brats would be here. Jaden lowered his gaze in embarrassment at being found out. On the other hand, Matthew just stuck his nose out at him playfully. He also got involved in their silly game. How little immaturity you have for a cat your age. He looked at me with such disgust on his face. Don't be a party pooper, Zealous. We were just playing and imitating such an elegant role model as yourself. Matthew exaggerated his words to make him sound less believable. Then he put his paw back on his head, simulating Zealous' feathers, which they stay on end when he gets angry. You really are going to fight with your children? What little maturity for a boy your age, Zealous? Zealous took a deep breath and cleared his throat to return to his graceful posture. Please, excuse my brother, Zealous. We know that wasn't right. Surprisingly, Jaden got up from the seat and apologized to the bird. At least one of you is polite. Zealous kept grumbling and checking his wristwatch. By the way, I just realized he had it with him all this time. Well, we have to go, Arthur. It's dangerous to be outside from home when it is already dark. Oh. But I wanted to keep playing with the children. I noticed that Zealous woke faster and angrier at the little boy's comment. Matthew thought, stop it. Jaden pulled on his brother's pointing ear. Ouch. Okay, fine. The little fox got bummed out. Thanks a lot for your help. It's great to have you two here as always. I gave them both a goodbye hug. I'll be outside waiting for you to finish with your family scene. Heard Matthew stick his tongue out over my shoulder, mouth, Zealous. Once he was gone, I separated from the twins and looked at them. You both be very careful on your way home, please. Come on, Arthur. We don't live that far. Besides, look at these babies. No one will mess with us. Little Fox flexed his arm proudly, but no muscle stood out. Then I looked at Jaden. Take care of him, please. Matthew puffed in embarrassment. Don't worry. Jaden took his brother's paw. I don't like anything bad happened to him. Hey, I'll still be the one saying that. Matthew was still a little upset. Jaden giggled as he watched his brother throw a tantrum. The three of us left the restaurant and saw Zealous waiting for me impatiently. See you, Zealous, said the twins in unison, one obviously louder than the other. About time. You two go get your fleas off or something. Zealous quiet in pain as Matthew plucked one of his feathers and then ran as fast as he could, his brothers just behind him, trying to keep up. His scream was loud enough that his voice rasped to a point of sound just like a cackle. Thanks for the gift, Zealous. The sly little fox yelled at him as he fled, dragging his brother behind him. The nearby animals that watched the entire scene were holding back their laughs, knowing well that Zealous was an authority. However, he managed to notice them, causing a very noticeable blush on his face. You spoiled brat! Zealous shouted furiously. Zealous, it's just a little fox, I said between chuckles. Do you know how long it takes for feathers to grow? No, I'm not a chicken. Peacock! I'm a peacock, you uncultured swine. Well, Zealous, are you okay? We heard you screaming. The two guards who were accompanying Zealous suddenly appeared. The bear and the wolf seemed concerned by the explosive nature of the peacock. Silence, you fools! The guards stood firm and fearful. Poor things, I pity them. Zealous took a deep breath again, trying to calm his anger. Get this cover of the bag. The bear quickly grabbed the bag on the side of his armor and handed it to me somewhat awkwardly. Confused, I opened the cloth bag. My eyes widened at the sight of a large number of gold coins. So this is... Don't get it wrong. This is sent to you by the great Bagan, he said pridefully, as if he hadn't already done enough for you. Jill was huffing disgust. But this is 2 months I can't accept such amount. I still couldn't believe how much money I had on my purse. How dare you try to refuse Bagan's blessing, you ungrateful cat? I didn't say anything. I could only look away with some guilt. But obviously I'm not giving you all of this for free. I looked at Zealous expectantly, waiting for explanation on the amount of gold he just gave me. Zealous opened the scroll he had been carrying all this time and cleared his throat for a speech. By the queen of the great Balagan, you will be one of the cooks who will prepare each and every food that is to be served at the Festival of Eden. He ended his statement with some sort of distaste on his mouth. The nearby animals that heard Zealous' words began to murmur among themselves in astonishment. He got chosen? He will serve the food? What's the great Balagan thinking? Shh, don't question him. It has to be some kind of joke. With my arms, I tried to cover the bare parts of my abdomen from all the stares I was getting. After being buried in foreign cooks, he ended up chasing you. He held in disagreement. In any case, this is your stipulated payment for providing your services at the festival. Being your first time participating on this, I recommend you get yourself a more. He raised an eyebrow looking at me from head to toe. Decent attire. I don't want you to humiliate the other sex by bringing 6 wags to the kitchen. Me. Cooking for thousands of animals? That's insane. This is too much money. It's also sudden. I don't know if I'm ready for such responsibility. I can't turn this down, though. Well, time for me to leave. I expect very little from you, so don't push yourself too hard. Without paying any mind to his provocations, I snapped out of my trance. Wait, Zealous! I yelled before the peacock walked away along with his guards. Now what? I sang. I swallowed hard and looked at him. Tell Balagan that I really appreciate his help. Zealous huffed pridefully. You owe him your life. Don't forget that, dishwater. Zealous left, leaving me with a hole in my stomach and a knot in my throat. I know that. I know that I owe him everything. I said to myself with pain on my chest. The animals that had gathered only to witness the scene scattered, some seeing me as a freak and others avoiding eye contact with me. I grabbed a sack of money tightly and closed the door of my restaurant. Time to close. And that's how another day ends. This is more unusual than the average days in this village. This really took me by surprise. Me, a cook, for the festival. But right now, it's been years since. You owe him your life. Don't forget that, dishwater. There was a Zealous haunting my head the whole time. I was putting away tables and chairs. It's been years since he, in that place. But why was he that day in that place? What was I doing there? Wait, where was I that day? My head started to hurt. I was alone? Of course. There was a Zealous haunting my head the whole time I was putting away tables and chairs. It's been years since he, in that place. But why was he that day in that place? What was I doing there? Wait, where was I that day? My head started to hurt. I was alone? Of course. I've always been alone. What? Without thinking, I threw a large amount of water on my face. I turned off the water faucet and kept leaning on the sink as I took a deep breath. There's no need to think about the past, Arthur. You're fine now. I dropped my phone with the closest where I had. I noticed that something smelled like smoke nearby. Oh, and the firewood. I forgot to turn it off. I sighed tiredly. Took a glass and filled it with water. Normally the wood is left to consume itself with the fire, but I really dislike the smell of burning wood. I removed the pots and the other cook utensils, putting them in the sink. Slowly and from a distance I poured the water to put out the fire. The sound was somewhat soothing, but I couldn't say the same about the smell. That day. The smell. What was that? Hey, the smell. That loud sound and a small piece of hot wood flying gave me a terrible fright. I had dumped the water abruptly because I was distracted. My reflexes helped me stand back from the fire quickly. Shit. I put a palm on my chest in relief. Just when I thought the danger passed, I felt a burning sensation in the palms of my chest. A piece of wood had burned a small part of the fur on my paw. No. No, 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 no. I yelled in desperation. I ran to my bathroom. I saw the door open and grabbed the soap as fast as I could, then wandered on the part where I burned my fur. No, no, no. Please, please. It was too late. The smell had already entered my nose. My eyes began to fill with tears and my breathing accelerated terribly. I felt my body lose strength. I tried to go to my bed, but I couldn't see where I was. Everything was so dark. My eyes were full of tears and my heart was pounding terribly. I couldn't see anything. I couldn't keep my balance. I protected my face with my paws so as not to hit it with the floor. No. Not again. Please. Please. I felt like choking. Then a sharp pain in my chest made me grab it tightly. The world, already dark, distorted with red and black colors around me. My shadow began to consume me like a black substance. Arthur, calm down. Nothing is real. The viscosity was so palpable that it didn't feel like something imaginary. That thing rose from the ground and started to consume me. It swallowed my tail, legs, back, and finally upon my face. The floor was engulfed with fire and slowly climbed under my legs. The ground seemed like a dark void from which hands of the same liquid tried to reach me and drag me with them. I could see the formed faces crying in agony. Those hideous creatures, why do they look so familiar? Help us, Arthur. It burns. Ah. Please. It hurts so much. Save us. Ah. I can't stand it. Those awful and suffering things cried out my name with such much agony. You are not real. You aren't. Leave me alone. I tried to whip that horrible thing out of my body. I whipped and scratched my entire being, the entire knots that had taken hold of me. I managed to free my mouth and face from that disgusting substance, but I still couldn't get up from the sticky and dark floor. What the fuck is this? Why it keeps haunting me? Desperately, I turned my body facing the ceiling so I couldn't see the horrors that the floor reflected. It was all so unreal, so stupidly unreal. I took a deep breath, closing my eyes tightly, but I quickly opened them to make sure nothing would come after me. Now the roof had disappeared. The sound of a huge fire made me doubt if this was really just a trick of my mind. I could see how some trees were covered the false sky, burning in the ashes. The black creatures appeared again. There's no escape. Why did you let us die? Ah, coward! Shut up! Get away from me. Fuck off. I saw at those voices with too much difficulty because and now my throat had me almost speechless. Slowly my sight was covered by the black creatures. They managed to grab my arms and raise my torso little by little. Arthur, 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 Arthur. They moaned my name with so much pain. I'm scared. Please, anyone, help me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Tears streamed down my face. I begged to wake up from this nightmare. Arthur, 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 Arthur. The voices gradually took on a feminine, vaguely familiar tone. I still couldn't see anything. I just felt how my body was moved with desperation. Arthur, it's me. It's Aldora. Aldora? She's my best friend, of course. She sounds very sad and worried. Aldora, help me. And now my throat wouldn't let me stay where I wasn't. Felt my arms wrap around my back and put me into a warm embrace. I'm here, buddy. I'm here. She was her face with mine to calm me down. I'm sorry. I awkwardly tried to keep talking. Just breathe with me. Just keep breathing. She silenced me so that I would stop wasting the almost non-existent air in my lungs. I managed to take a deep breath and begin to exhale it slowly. That's right, just like that. I felt my paws caress the skin. I felt her paws caress the fur on my shoulders and arms. Little by little, my heart rate stabilized, my sight returned, my senses sharpened, and the dark world filled with colors again. The black thing that covered my body was gone. The misshapen hands and faces slowly disappeared. You're safe. I won't let anyone hurt you. Otto said with a soft voice. I continued to take deep breaths until my respiration was normal. I felt a huge relief to see Aldora in front of me. I appreciate that she got me out of that nightmare. Again. I'm glad I'm still able to deal with your panic attacks. Panic attacks? I don't think those things are just panic. Yet she doesn't know what I really see. I never told her about the things that haunt me. I don't know if something really haunts me, if it is a part of my imagination or if it is a cure. Never mind. I never wanted to tell her. I don't want her to be scared or think I'm going crazy. How do you feel? She looked at me relieved. I'm fine. I tried to give a soft smile so she wouldn't worry anymore. I'm glad, Elfie. You used that stupid nickname to get rid of the tension. I chuckled softly, still without much strength and with my stomach upset. Here, I'll help you get out. Adora placed one of my arms around her neck and with one paw on my waist and the other on my shoulder, lifted me off the ground. Carefully, she let go of my body to see if I could stand upright. With some wobbling, I was able to regain my posture and stand normally. Well done. Adora kept praising every positive thing I did. It's kind of silly but cute. She's just trying to make me feel good. That's something I really appreciate about her. Thanks, Adora. I breathed deeply and sighed relief. You're welcome, Elfie. She smiled at me. I really felt like I was going to die. Seriously, I'm very grateful to her. Come, I think you need to sit down for a minute. He guided me to the edge of my bed very carefully. How do you feel? The door to her room was flung open, interrupting Aldora's words. As usual, disrespect, boss. We thought you may have some problems. All in order? The two guards entered the door, with difficulty as their bodies were somewhat large for the frame, one being a lion with abundant mane and the other a tiger with fangs that highlight his snout. Oh, my God. They both wore their armor and metal shoulder pads distinctive of the guards. The lion had exposed his chest, adamant what huge pecs he had. On the other hand, the tiger was more covered, but I couldn't help but see his thick legs and how tight his armor was on his buttocks. Suddenly, my nose began to pick up on each of their scents. Oh fuck. They both smelled so manly, their sweat, the type of shampoo they use in their colognes. The smell was so intense on my nose. Don't worry guys, it's just that my friend doesn't feel very well. But everything is fine now. Our daughter looked at me and noticed something very peculiar. Oh, but on second thought, can you help me check if my friend's in good condition? You know, a little first aid practice. She smiled at me and raised both eyebrows with malice. What the fuck is she thinking? Doesn't she remember that I just had a panic attack? It's not necessary. Yes, ma'am. The guards put their weapons aside and approached me. Danger, danger, danger! I could almost feel my face burn and hear my heart cry out for help. Once they were just a few inches away from me, I noticed how massive both of them were. They were huge. Furthermore, I was sitting in a bed and could observe their entire size from below. However, this did not last long because they both crouched down to be at the same height as me. Could you give me your paw, young? The lion was waiting for an answer, but the words couldn't come out of my mouth. Arthur. His name is Arthur. Excuse him, he's a little bit scared. Adora commented with some concern. Vain, of course. Don't worry, young Arthur. We'll be very careful checking you to see if everything's okay. The lion smiled politely at me. His voice was so deep and comforting. Yes, just tell us if something hurts. The tiger, with a similar voice, continued to inspect my body. After a moment, I snapped out of my stupid trance and raised my paw. The lion took it and placed it on his to take my pulse. His paw was huge. Not to mention his arms were almost as thick as my head. The smell of his mane was so strong, it gave off a delicious perfume. My paw began to sweat and my heart raced terribly. His pulse was a little fast, his paws were somewhat cold. Damn it, Arthur, don't be so obvious. Think, Barlican, you're a feline, Think, Barlican, you're a feline too. It's easy for us to check you. He said the tiger with relief and then placed his big paw on my forehead. I can't believe I have two huge beefy guys checking my body so delicately. I looked over to Aldora. She had a big mischievous grin on her face. That panther's having so much fun with this situation. It feels kind of hot. Said the tiger to the lion. Shit. Despite my inner pain, the lion's touch made me feel a burning sensation in my paw. I groaned and, reflexively in pain, moved my paw away. The lion noticed that a part of my fur was burned. It was from the piece of firewood that triggered that torment just now. I found a burn. The lion notified the tiger. I think I have some bandages over there. The tiger began to search in a small bag hanging from his hip. But we don't have any ointment to ease the pain. I think a little bit of saliva might help. Adora commented, still with that stupid, evil smile. The lion nodded to Adora and then proceeded to lick my paw. I felt the big, raspy tongue of the lion moisten the wound. The tingling ran through my entire body up to my tail, leaving me petrified. I could feel my... Oh boy. No, not now. I crossed my legs a little as the lion was taking the bandage that the tiger had found in his things. I managed to knock down the tent that was falling in my pants without anyone noticing. The lion began to bandage my paw. Just from his touch alone, I could feel my entire face burning. Fortunately, my body didn't stop there. I began to purr involuntarily, but quickly pretended to cough audibly to cover my body's wrists. It seems you may have a little cold as well, young Arthur, said the lion, bandaging my paw. Yeah, that's right. I think. I answered, trying to hide my purrs. I doubt tried to suppress her laughter, knowing exactly what was happening at that moment. I think that's it. The lion smiled at me again. Thanks. I looked at them while concentrating my energy on lowering my discomfort. I looked at them while concentrating my energy on lowering that discomfort in my crotch. At your service. As guards, we are here to serve and protect you. They both lowered their heads as a sign of respect. Good job, guys. This is what I trained you for. Thank you, ma'am. They both looked very proud and silver-blasted of Adora's place. How much power does that Panther have over them? Anyway, I'm glad that they're finally away from me. I couldn't take any more attention from. Oh, guys, will you mind helping him out? Will you guys mind helping him up? He's feeling a little bit dizzy. What? I swear I'm committing murder after this. Yes, ma'am. The two master guys were about to come over to help me up until I yelped and I was. No. The two guards looked at me a little bit surprised. Crap, I think that was too loud. I mean, there's no need, you guys, really. I feel better already. I quickly got up from my bed, obviously without having solved my underwear problem first. I won't be a clown anymore, thank you very much. Thank you, really. Oh, and for the banners, too. I smiled nervously at the two guys. Suddenly, I felt an arm around my neck. Hey, what about my thanks? I taught them everything they know. She shook me playfully with her arm around me. Thanks? You almost suppose I'm gay, besides making look like a fool in front of two guards. Sure. You did well, too. A moment of her not feeling at all smile. I know, Elfie, I'm the best, and you love me for it. That stupid nickname again. Surprisingly, both guards sighed tiredly. I see that you also were not spared by the boss and her now all queer of nicknames. The lion sighed wearily again. What are you talking about? I love yours. Milky tits. The tiger laughed and pierced a nipple of the lion. The lion blushed slightly across his arms, hiding his massive his chest. Oh yeah? I prefer yours. Lewd ass. The lion delivered a very audible spank to the tiger. They both hit their foreheads angrily, but without letting go of their friendly smiles. You wanna die, milk or tits? I saw a slight thickened milk in the lion's smile. Oh, I was thinking how happy I'll be when I burrow your body, lewd ass. A hostile aura grew between the two of them. On second thought, Elfie doesn't sound too bad. I sighed in disappointment and looked disapprovingly at Eldora. Don't look at me like that. I didn't reveal their nicknames. They spilled the beans themselves. Besides, I only used the nicknames when we were trained to tease them. Eldora didn't really feel any remorse for ridiculing her guards. I began to hear the distinctive warning growls of angry felines coming from the guards. They looked like they would start fighting at any moment. Hey guys, no fucking dumb fights over here. Both guards huffed and looked away from each other like little prideful kittens. Don't you think they look hot when they fight? Yeah. Answer without thinking. I mean, instant regret. Oh, did you hear that, guys? Arthur thinks you're hot. It's really hot here. Don't you want to take some fresh air outside? I interrupted our daughter, covering her mouth fast. Both guys nodded. Still with the silly fight between them, they leave my house. I removed my paw from our daughter's mouth, and she followed the guards without giving me first a teasing grin. You're welcome. She winked at me. I hate her, but my love for her is strong enough to put up with her jokes. I rolled my eyes and followed her. The first air from the night is so relaxing enough to make me forget about our daughter's stupid jokes. Thanks for escorting me, guys. I can handle it from here. The big felines lowered their heads to show their respect for her. Good luck with the night, Zephyr. Take care. I would hate if something happened to my best soldiers. Our daughter said with that motherly tone of hers. It's funny how they are twice her size and she still acting like their mother. Yes, ma'am. He shouted firmly. Before they left, the lion approached and extended his paw to me. This took me by surprise, but however I gave him the paw's sake. It was a pleasure finally meeting you, young Arthur, and sorry for all the fuzz that we caused in your house. He smiled a little ashamed. Oh, no problem. Sorry for the inconvenience, the bandits and all that. I laughed nervously. Our daughter approached her snout to my ear. His eyes are up there. His eyes are up there, Arthur. She whispered playfully. I blushed and tried really hard not to kill her there and there. The lion finished the paw's sake and moved away from me. Don't worry, Arthur. We know how dear you are to the boss. Our daughter's face turned red and her tail started moving side to side nervously. Yeah, she's always talking about you. Arthur this and Arthur that. She never shuts up about you. Shh. And now, get lost, you two.